Thought crimes. Thought crimes. Thought crimes. Thought crimes. Thought crimes.
Warning: the Federal Communications Commission has determined the following content to be emotionally harmful. Snowflakes should not view this content under any circumstances, even if supervised by a G.I. Joe, Navy SEALs, Army vet, or someone with good common sense. The views and opinions expressed, including the depictions of persons of color, corrupt politicians, white people with or without a tan, haters who have yet to brush their teeth typing angrily in the comment section with hot breath syndrome, do not reflect any official policy or position of the U.S. government. This program contains graphic language, dark comedy, unique intelligence, creativity, a high credit score, and high blood pressure when triggered. This program has also been accused of racism, violence, misogyny, mansogyny, feminism, MGTOWism, defacement of celebrities, and of course, being a bully. Welcome to Thought Crimes.
Welcome to Thought Crimes, everyone. Welcome. This is your girl, Sensei, and I'm here with...
Hey, yo, this is your man, Solomon in the building. All right, folks, we on beat, we on time. And on top of that, we're here to get paid just like Chris Rock and the Smiths. Thanks to them, the Oscars, for the first time in 50 years, are actually trending.
And I also have to say, this is what protecting black women look like.
So they did that, and they had him said, you know what's crazy about all of this? Welcome, everybody. If this is your first time listening to us, the wonderful voices that you hear in your ears, of course, is that of the sounds of sincere ignorance, and of course, your man, King Solomon here. Look, folks, did y'all notice that he defended his wife in front of an even darker skinned woman, Lupita Nyong'o? I'm telling you all, propaganda is right there on the rise, people. It is here, folks. We told you all several times over and over, black gasoline is the preferred fuel of this American colonized country.
Gasolina.
Gasolino.
How the fuck the song goes?
Right? Okay, I mean, somebody tell me, go get Tekashi, right? So, folks, listen, as you can see, and we're going to play that wonderful clip. Like Sin said, this is what black women, defending black women, looks like.
I just want to give a list of things we're going to talk about. Of course, we're going to talk about this for a while. We're also going to be talking about Jay Prince and the Nod situation with the Grammys and Kanye West. Also, a recap what took place about the Zesty goon actually not being a goon, but still Zesty. We're also going to be talking about Royce the 5'9", defending Diddy. Also, Kyrie Irving and Eric Adams situation, the mayor of Eric Adams, and so much more. So let's get into it. We started with Will Smith basically smacking Chris Rock, a.k.a. Pookie, from New Jack City. Now,
yes.
Go ahead. You want to say something before I
No, you can say what you need to say. I mean, this is going to be a very interesting one. We got all night. Especially, shouts out to one of the people that are working on the grave shift, too, by the way. We know when you filled out the application, you didn't want to go there, but they put you there anyway.
So let's get into it. I know some of y'all saying, look, this is comedy. It's not a big deal. Will is pussy whipped or he a beta male. But if you listen to the context of the situation, Jada is dealing with health issues, which is why she's bald. In any situation, you got to keep it 100. If you have been in a long committed relationships, the ups and downs, you still in love with this person, y'all still in love with each other, and that person is sick, and because of their ailment, they don't have any hair, or they're missing a limb or whatever, you're probably not going to take it funny, especially not with a comedian that you're not cool with, and that has took shots with y'all in front of white people at the Oscars before.
Yeah, now if people are not understand what we're talking about here, we're basically talking about, look, okay, I want to break this down because there's something that went on with Black Hollywood concerning the Smiths. Something took place. Jamie Foxx got off the Smith train. You know, remember right at time. It really happened around the Oscar So White thing. Y'all remember when Jada Pinkett Smith was up in the mansion like Bruce Wayne and she was talking from the Bat Cave, the Smith Cave, right? And she says, you know, she had her Erykah Badu scarf on, and she says, look, time and time again with the disrespect of black actors, because I believe at this point in time, I don't think it was either that Will was not selected for concussion or he wasn't nominated. One of the situations that came about. So around that time, you had individuals such as Jamie Foxx and Chris Rock, who were still considerably favorable black Negroes of Hollywood. They were distancing themselves from the Smiths. They said, oh, no. Especially Jamie Foxx. He said, man, you crazy. I just came off of Ray Charles. And he said it. I got my Oscar. Right? And if you all remember, Jamie Foxx was featured on the Big Willie Style album with all of the skits and everything. You routinely saw Will Smith and Jamie Foxx hanging out with each other, along with then Jada Pinkett Smith. In fact, Jamie Foxx was co-starring with Will Smith in Ali. Classic film. Then, of course, there's Chris Rock, who's had a 10-year friendship with Will Smith, and even was featured in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when Chris Rock's celebrity was in the uptick. So at that point in time, though, when the Oscars came around, and then Jada and Will were front and center, and then Chris Rock comes out there with his cream-colored ice cream suit, he started roasting the Smiths about Oscars so white. And then from that point on, you didn't really see Chris Rock around the Smiths. Then, I guess, Chris Rock felt like, all right, I guess they here, so I'm back in my zone. And then he proceeded to call Jada Pinkett Smith G.I. Jane 2. Now, if you all, for you Gen Zers, TikTok babies that are not familiar with G.I. Jane, G.I. Jane was pretty much a war propaganda film to get more women into the military. That's exactly what the Pentagon stated. But it started then popular Debbie Moore, who actually did have the same cut and probably the same shape of head as Jada Pinkett Smith.
And the film wasn't as popular at the time. In fact, the movie came to become a cult classic later.
Right.
But when it first premiered in the theaters, it didn't do well.
It did not do well. I mean, they was kind of looking at this. Everything was just kind of over the top with the film. I mean,
why did you slow down the slap in the face? You don't have no sense.
Yes. You don't have no sense. This is America.
And also, just to let people know, Will Smith did smack a white man before too, who disrespected him because he was doing comedy as well. But instead of doing the double cheek kiss as Europeans do or French people do, he tried to kiss Will Smith on the lips, and Will Smith had smacked him.
Well, he kind of smacked him on a Vito Corleone Godfather, like, hey.
You're like, back up.
Back up. I think this,
this one had more passion behind it.
This one was personal.
Right.
This like you ate my wife's cooking. I don't, you know what I mean by that, folks. Somebody been in your house, Now, some people say it was this staged. I don't know. It's a bunch of actors involved. But what I will say is this. Judging from, and Chris Rock is a horrible actor. I want to put that out there. We was just talking about behind the scenes. Chris Rock is a terrible actor. So that level of acting that he had, where he just looked like he was broken out of character, I said, I don't know. I don't. I told Sin, I said, I don't know. Chris Rock is such a bad actor, though.
Well, at first we did thought it was. We thought it was just some bullshit. Let's not forget, real or fake with this situation, the Oscars is trying to get more clout yes. because they've been doing horrible. And I'm going to tell y'all this, for me, I'm still not watching the Oscars.
No, I'm not.
We just watched this clip. And we're not going to be watching the next Oscars. And if something goes viral, we're watching it online. So it's still not going to help the Oscars from my personal opinion. I'm not going to be like, oh, shit, Will smacked Chris Rock, so now I'm about to go back and look at the Oscars. No, thank you. I got what I wanted.
So are you saying
the clip is everywhere, so that's good enough for me.
So are you saying that Will Smith should be known as Will Smack?
URL?
All right.
So I will never watch the Oscars. I'm not interested. But this is what I will say, though. I do think that people have to be careful of how you represent your own people. And Chris Rock does have a record of going to the Oscars and making black people look like buffoons. I'm just being honest. Last Oscars, he was like, black people are dumb. They're not even into the Oscars.
They're so dumb.
They're not even... Yeah, they're not even into the arts, and he was trying to humiliate us, saying we don't even know nothing about the films. It's like, bro, you're asking everyday black people who are blue-collar workers if they watch the Oscars or care about the arts. You're not asking black artists, that would know about these things. So Chris Rock has been doing some weirdo shit for a while now, and he hasn't been funny like he used to be back in the day. I'm just being honest.
Creel, no, you're right about that one. I'm gonna give you a round of applause on that one, Sam. Beautiful, great points. Sincere ignorance, great points. My thing about Chris Rock. Now, I do have a couple things about it because it's Hollywood. You can't, come on, y'all, you can't trust these people, right? I said, what would possess Chris Rock to allow Will Smith to, well, not necessarily allow, but because Will Smith, he really could physically beat Chris Rock's ass in a real fight. All right, all jokes aside, we've seen, the nigga in iRobot and what else? Who's in Ali, right? And then he played the doctor with the wig on in Concussion. I just personally, I can't see Chris Rock putting himself in that situation, or maybe he's that desperate. I know Chris Rock right now has a tour, or the tour is in line to set up with Kevin Hart as well. They're supposed to be having a by-headline tour. And it's great publicity for everyone. I mean, even Chris Rock getting smacked, because at the end of the day, comedians getting smacked. It's not like a boxer getting his ass whooped at Denny's by some fat daddy in a tap-out shirt. So, I mean, so it's not like there's not really that much humiliation there, because everybody knows Chris Rock is still Pookie from New Jack. He just got a clean cut.
Right, and he allowed white comedians to call him the N-word. We one of the few people who did a live stream on that years ago on TCZ or other channel and on here, where it was like, yo, you letting this white dude call you the N-word and you don't even use it no more? Not cool.
Yeah, he knows it's not cool. That's why he allowed it to happen. You're right about that, Sid. I'm just trying to figure out, what is the setup here? Because something's going on with Chris Rock. My personal opinion, he allowed what's the little itchy C.K. Lewis? Is that what's his name?
Yeah, C.K. The itchy white man,
mangy looking dude,
dingy ghetto white boy. Yeah,
very dirty and dusty, right?
Yeah, he was like grabbing girls by the pussy and all that other shit.
Yeah,
allegedly.
I don't know what's going on with Chris Rock, but he's not black to me. He's not bigger and blacker anymore. The fact that it's not even so that you got slapped. You should have roasted his Men in Black ass as he walked off the stage.
That's what I'm saying.
Because all right, then, if I'm not Chris Rock size, you know what I'm saying? I'm bigger than Chris Rock, right? But what I'm saying is that because of the size that he is, okay, so you slap me, I can't physically whoop you on stage because I don't see any day of the earth of Chris Rock whooping Will Smith's ass. But you can roast the shit out of him and have him come back on stage, and then I want to see security wrestle your iRobot ass down.
I agree with you 100%.
I would have flipped the script on him, but Chris Rock is in his weird, skittish, scary space right now.
I agree with Prince 100%. My thing is, I can't defend Chris Rock because you're being a bitch both ways. Yes, it's comedy, but you didn't even roast him for smacking you.
If it's an act, where's your part where you get the level up now?
Right. Whether it was stage or it was real, you did not roast Will Smith for smacking you on stage. You have become a bitch ass comedian. This is just my personal opinion. The Chris Rock that we thought about in 1999 and 2001, you would think he would roast the shit out of and be a bald-headed bitch, right? Like something.
Yeah,
I mean, you didn't smack August Alsina.
Yeah, like, come on. Where's the firepower? That's what I'm talking about.
So I can't defend Chris Rock because
son, where'd you find
I can't defend Chris Rock because Chris Rock became a bitch both ways. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, at least Will Smith, you could say he's going crazy, you could say he's being a simp, whatever, but he defended his wife who has an illness, and he did not find the joke to be funny with somebody he's not cool with.
After the woman didn't already share it on the red table, but then again, I'll say this. In the space, here's my thing about it. I'm going to be honest with you all. In the space of comedy, you know how they say, pretty much nothing is off limits. If you want to find out how strong your sense of humor is, or how high or not high or low your self-esteem is, go in the room full of some amateur comedians. All right? Now, that being the case is, okay, fine. You're shooting at Jada Pinkett's head. It is what it is. This is what these comedians do. But let me tell you something. I think even if this is staged, even if this is, let's say this is a humiliation ritual for Chris Rock for his potential Oscar, right? I'm throwing the script back in your face. Okay, so I'm looking at the script. I'm going through the paperwork. Okay, so here's where he slaps me. Okay, so I don't say anything? I just stand there? Oh, no, you got to rewrite that. Now, give me something else, right? Then on top of that, I can't be sure about all of this. Like I told you about the Juicy Smollett. I think the writers behind this situation was much better than the Juicy debacle. But my other problem with Chris Rock, that the reason why I say he's turned into a very scary comedian, like y'all talking about a fall off in comedy. I would say it's hands down Chris Rock.
You letting
right?
white people call you the N-word.
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying? He's been falling off.
You remember when he got nervous when he was going to Leonardo DiCaprio?
Right.
And he didn't roast Leonardo DiCaprio.
Chris Rock did a humiliation ritual with the Smiths last time he hosted the Oscars. But when he went to Leonardo DiCaprio, he became a bitch. Like that gay dude, that fat puff who be on the other award shows, Ricky Gervais roasted
everybody.
Leonardo and said, you a weirdo for dating young chicks. Chris Rock, like Prince said, when he went towards Leonardo DiCaprio, he became soft.
I'm like,
he didn't even really go in on him.
I better not roast you.
I can't roast Leonardo because he got connects.
So I'm gonna be honest with you, because let's be real right now. This is Will Smith, and we're gonna get into B More, because B More is gonna break all this stuff down too. By the way, and please, I want y'all, while everybody's in the chat, I'm gonna put up B More's Patreon. Get over there and subscribe to the wonderful B More's Patreon. She's got the third eye of Ra. Right? But let's get this out the way, Black America. To all of the Negroes in the chat. This is something else going on with Will Smith. We understand what's been going on with Will Smith, right? And the Smiths, too. I'm so tired of people talking about their marriage. You heard what he said to Gail. There's never been infidelity in my marriage. It's okay, fine, you got an open marriage. It is what it is. I don't care about it, right? Moving on. But I'm actually having an issue with Chris Rock because I'm like, how much have you fallen off? Because that was a great moment for you to make it classic, because there's no way in hell that Will Smith, bad African accent or not, is walking off the stage feeling like the nigga of the year after slapping me. That's the thing I don't get. Okay? Right now, I am in New Jersey. It is not Atlanta.
This is why Cat Williams isn't in Hollywood anymore, because he would have roasted Will Smith. And to be honest with you, Cat Williams don't do humiliation rituals of black people in front of white people.
They tried to do one on him.
He didn't even feel comfortable doing going in on what's his name from Public Enemy?
Oh, Chuck D.
No,
you talking about Flavor Flav?
Yeah, he didn't even feel comfortable going on Flavor Flav for a white crowd. My thing is, I understand it's comedy, but also understand that some of these comedians do humiliation rituals on themselves sometimes, yes, and on other black people. They call black people dumb in white spaces. They drag in other black celebrities in white spaces. I'm just keeping it 100. And then they go in soft on these white celebrities. Now, if it was hardcore across the board, I wouldn't have an issue, because, again, comedy is comedy. But when you soft shoeing when it comes to white people, but then you want to really go in for the dagger of humor when it comes to your own community in front of a
sacrifice me a nigga.
Yeah, it is a humiliation ritual.
Jada Pinkett, how about your autoimmune disease?
Right.
Well, when I get to Leonardo DiCaprio, I better not mess with him. He's a cool white boy. He did Titanic. He got connections. What the fuck has happened to you, Chris Rock? You getting slapped by Will Smith? What the fuck is going on? And then they want to sit up here and say, well, Dave Chappelle is bold. I mean, he get to do things nobody else can. You had the same opportunity. Y'all stayed in Hollywood.
Yeah, I also don't like how Chris Rock is saying, man, Dave can do whatever he wants. You can too, dummy. You a fucking comedian. Pick up the mic and keep going. My whole thing is Chris Rock has gone soft. And this is not to, give Will Smith a pass, but y'all gotta be honest with that. Chris Rock has gone soft.
He has, and Chris Rock is the reason why mainstream black comedy is dead, and D.L. Hughley is doing serious race talk and crying every now and then. Rest in peace to Bernie Mac. And I told you guys years ago when they chastised Bernie Mac because the Obamas invited him to the White House, and he was Bernie Mac. And after he did his stick and stand-up, the next day it was headlines everywhere. Oh my God, I can't believe they invited Bernie Mac to the White House. I said, ooh. And then Chris Rock doubled down on it, and he said, yeah, it's like we have to be skittish because, I said, you don't have to be anything. Obama's going to be up there on the teleprompter regardless if you all are being real or not. So now, here's the other side of the game. I wonder if Will Smith would have done the same thing had that been Ricky Gervais.
Yes, I think he would have.
That's what I'm trying to say here. I saw Chris Rock go soft on Leonardo DiCaprio. You got every ammunition in the world to roast a dirty, musty white boy. All right, I'm just being honest with you. With his own island, don't get me wrong, but he looks like he smells like must. Okay, that's all I have to say. But that is the case, and I've seen Chris Rock skirt past it. You saw him cower down in the room when Ricky Gervais and Louis C.K. was nigga. And oh my God, it's Seinfeld, right? Bill Cosby's white baby had to say, well, I don't think that's funny. He had the strongest backbone in the room. Now, that's not to say that, okay, Seinfeld's better than every black man on the planet. I'm just saying in that moment, the person that should have spoke didn't speak and was kind of cowardly about it, but I'm seeing the consistency with Chris Rock. That's what I'm saying. Not only did Will Smith get to slap you publicly, he got to collect his Oscar.
I can't say that Will wouldn't have, and I agree with you, Prince. I wouldn't say that Will wouldn't smack a white comedian because I saw him smack a white boy before. I've only seen Chris Rock at the Oscars go soft on white people and not on black people. Number one. Number two, fuck the Oscars. Some people say, well, you don't do this at the Oscars. The Oscars is full of peddlers, okay? You can't get lower than that.
If y'all wouldn't understand what peddlers are, you have to go to our Patreon.
Remember, what's that dude who fled to France after messing with a 15-year-old girl in the pool?
Oh, y'all put him in there, the one with the blowout afro kid, the perm, the white boy.
Restore the R. Y'all know in the chat. Y'all really
very
good.
itchy.
Yeah, I mean, you had directors.
Triggering my OCD.
Directors who been messing with kids and shit.
Hair looked like uncooked noodles.
And you had, what's the white woman that they all love that keep getting Oscars? Meryl Streep clapping and stuff like
Harvey Weinstein.
Let's
give it up for Damon Dash for beating up Harvey Weinstein too. Round of applause for him.
Roman Polanski. And Prince, shout out to Dame Dash for smacking Harvey Weinstein.
And you ain't black.
Stop acting like the Oscars supposed to be this prestigious thing. Anyone can get smacked at the Oscars, and more people should be getting smacked.
The Oscars would have nominated Birth of a Nation. What's so prestigious about it? I think every time routinely, I think a nigga should get up there and interrupt the fucking show. Fuck the Oscars.
Some of y'all victims to these fucking directors and power players in Hollywood need to sneak up in there and smack somebody.
Mind you, Sid and I do have the privilege of saying that because we're not aspiring actors, we're not thespians, and it doesn't mean shit to us. Now, historically in cinema, have I been interested with the likes of Leonard Moulton and Roger and Ebert and, just being film buffs as we were growing up? Yes.
Photography, directing, screenplays.
You're not going to see my legs gapped open like Spike Lee around Samuel L. Jackson because you won an Oscar award, because I'm not interested like that. But I think it's funny, and I thought it was interesting that Will Smith got to contribute to the advertisement of the Oscar. Because either way, he's caused it to trend, and he created a moment for them. At the end of the day, that's still the point. Right now, you have a situation where you have a king of the South. I consider Jay Prince the king of the South. But you have Jay Prince basically saying that the Grammys, we need to boycott the Grammys because of what they said about Kanye West. And you pretty much have a lot of rappers, jumping on board, and they're actually looking to hold an event on the same day of the Grammys. I think the only individuals that's going to be there is probably Hit Boy and Nas, but Nas had won a Grammy recently, so it is what it is. But nonetheless, folks, as we've said this before over and over and over, the gasoline that feeds this engine of this particular type of culture is black people, folks. Basically, what you really saw were two former friends having an issue, black niggas, two former friends having an issue about one man getting drunk and talking about another man's wife. Allegedly. Again, allegedly.
If it's not scripted now.
If they come out on Good Morning Today with Holga and all them and say whatever. But the way, I'm telling you, Chris Rock is not a good actor. Yeah, he's not a good actor.
But I'm not confident either way either, because one thing that does make it look scripted.
Yes.
For the people who are saying it's scripted. Because I'm not counting y'all out, because it could be. I mean, you get the Oscars at the slapping the shit out of Chris Rock and all the actors and actresses.
And your speech was about protecting.
Right. You don't get dragged out of the funky Oscars. I mean, you wouldn't, because they need the views as much as possible, even though nobody's going to watch it. They're just going to watch the clip online. But it does seem suspicious to some degree.
I bet if it was me, I'm getting tasered right there at the Oscars. Don't tase me, bro. Don't tase me.
So before y'all start picking sides or anything like that, keep in mind that it still could be scripted.
Look, I'm telling you all, it's a room full of actors. That's a room full of magicians. You don't know who's pulling what rabbit out which hat. And you don't know what type of ritual this may or may not be. We have to count on B-more for that, just to let everybody know. We have to count on B-more. When in doubt, if it's real, let's go bring B-more out. Go ahead,
in his Oscar speech, Will was talking shit. Yeah. He was like, just because we're public figures, people think they could disrespect us and our families and all this other stuff. So, interesting speech. So it could go. He did
talk about that. He said us and Will Smith and Chris Rock are not friends, folks. There's a lot of people that have distanced themselves from the Smiths. We told you all this before. I mean, are they still considerably a power couple? Yes, because they've been able to transverse to social media more so than any other grand old Hollywood couple. I mean, you've seen, I think you only have a few of them coming from the traditional space that have transitioned to social media. I think Kevin Hart's did an okay job about it. He has a very interesting podcast in the sense of interviewing other comedians and some of the stuff that he's doing online. But of course, you know, Will Smith is on Instagram and TikTok, and then you got Jada Pinkett Smith with the Bloody Table. Right? So they have been able to kind of transition and exist in both spaces, but there's a lot of people in old Hollywood that have not been as successful. So I do think this is very interesting. I would tell people to kind of see what happens, weigh it out. But I will say this, folks, the Smiths are not on the ends with Hollywood. But it's still interesting that nothing took place. But I do believe it might have been already known that he was guaranteed an Oscar for King Richard. But his whole speech about looking like the crazy father and all this other, you just don't know. It
doesn't make it sound scripted. It could go either way.
You just don't really know.
Now, what I will say also, just to add to this whole thing, I know some people like, well, he is simp because August. Let's keep it real. Prince and I already discussed this last time where everybody was getting caught up with entanglement. Yeah. They had an open marriage. Yes. It was obvious.
It's obvious.
They were messing with different people. You could see it. And also, remember in that space, and I'm not judging that space, but a lot of people are open in that way in that space. They had an open marriage. It is what it is. People try to act like, Will Smith just getting sunned and all this other stuff. We told y'all last time, it's an open marriage. The only thing is, Jada lied to the public when we already knew that T. And the T bloggers were saying, no, she was messing with August Alsina. She lied to the public. So they were lying to the public, but they always had an open marriage, so you can't use that against them.
Well, and also, and we got to be clear about that. And Sin, I agree with what you're saying. But I'm going to be real with y'all. I just don't think they wanted anybody in their fucking business. Not like that. Not like that. I mean, because allegedly there's some other things going on. And I don't really care about the dynamics of their marriage. I just thought entanglement was a very funny moment.
It was, though.
The shit was funny.
It was classic bars.
I'm waiting for Metro Boomin to sample that shit. Somebody go get Future. I would say 21 Savage, but I want somebody, an Atlanta native, to get on the track and rap over entanglement. But outside of that, folks, we all been in fucking middle school since they've been talking about Will Smith's, what did Killer Mike say on one of his records? Me and my wife pulled a Will and Jada. That's like that was a talking point in rap music. So let's get over the shock and awe. I think maybe white people were surprised.
Yeah, look at
Tiny.
I
think white people were a little slower than Black America.
T.I. and Tiny. I mean, it's a lot of them.
Yeah, T.I. and Tiny and Iggy Azalea and Young Thug. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But I'm just saying. Folks, like that part, we had to move on past. But Black America was laughing because we just thought the shit was funny.
Right.
That was it. But outside of that, I think white folks were a little slower. It's just, wait, what are you talking about? Because y'all see all the white tea bloggers, the ones that are copying the black girls and the black boys.
I'm so sick of them white tea bloggers.
And sources say that Will was so jealous.
They keep trying to sound like the black girls.
Yeah, did you see that August Alsina says, no, I mean, I sat down with Will, he said, hey, he's cool with everything, and they moved on. Like, that was it. I think it's because Will and Chris Rock, they're not cool with each other, folks. We told you guys this, 4 years ago? Said them niggas aren't cool with each other. That roast of remember they used Chris Rock at the time to quell the cultural fanaticisms of hashtag what? Oscars so white. So you went to go get the comedian that did bigger and blacker, and he got up there and he roasted the Smiths.
I'm gonna also tell y'all this could be a setup on some King Von shit too. Remember, they do like to put black people who have beef with each other. This is an alternative thought. I just want to say this real quick. We're all talking about theories here. I don't know the fucking situation behind the scene. Could be scripted, could be not. We're talking about all the possibilities. So keep up, people, for those who are getting lost in this. But another alternative is white institutions do love putting black people together who have beef with each other and seeing it unravel.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you all recall, go check out, I believe, Sir Gucci Manalot said at one point in time when him and Jeezy had their beef, at the height of their beef, people were routinely scheduling them across each other, knowing damn well one nigga or somebody's other homie could have dropped in the conversation. You've seen it historically with Vibe, with Tupac and Biggie. You've seen it even with what we got going on right now. Black beef, folks, you got to understand. Black beef is a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Tupac versus Biggie.
Jay-Z versus Nas. Kanye versus Drake. Did you see what Kanye and Drake did for Universal Records?
Kanye versus Jay-Z.
There you go.
I mean, the beef sells. Black blood, black success.
It makes money.
Diddy versus all of his artists.
There you go.
Dead or alive.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me. Hang it up, Lois.
So you guys got to understand this. Whether you believe this to be real or not, what is real is that the economics of it has been generated. Black beef sells, folks. Black beef sells 100%.
And we know that nobody saw, I think, the Liberator Dorsey, no one would care if it was Mel Gibson versus Russell Crowe, because
I thought they was the same person.
They are kind of, they're probably related. Yeah. But you see what I'm saying?
Do you see Russell Crowe is turning into Alex Jones?
He is. He's just getting fatter and fatter each week.
Yeah,
but no one would care. There's no two white guys that they will put together to fight because black people wouldn't talk about it. And if black people aren't talking about it, then it's not spreading.
It ain't working, y'all. And that's the real bottom line of it. All right? Thought Crimes is telling you the real bottom line of it. Folks, think about this. Think about a group like Slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse didn't sell 1 million fucking records. But the way they had people was talking about them all over the blogs, it was as if the fucking niggas was the Beatles.
Because they're black.
They're black. They are black. Look at basketball.
And the Beatles were whack when they first started.
They could not sing. There was some raggedy.
I want to hold your hand.
Fucking cornfield banjo having asses, dirty haircut.
I mean,
mutt face rat roaches. Motherfuckers was terrible.
The Beatles' first album, anyone could fucking do that. Now I will be fair. Later, after much training, they got better and put out some classic albums, but at first the shit was boo-boo.
That's because of Jackson 5. They just kept growing. You had to improve.
Right.
And shit, you got a little 5-year-old kid moonwalking backwards and forwards, right? But look at the NBA. Look how much they try to keep beef going. Did you see the way Kobe looked at Shaq? Do y'all remember that on Christmas Day when Kobe and Shaq had a divorce publicly? Did you see the way LeBron looked at Kyrie Irving? James Harden rolled his big walnut eyes at KD.
Steph Curry versus LeBron James. They don't like each other.
Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. I'm telling you niggas.
Black men versus black women. Remember now black men saying black men need to be protected. Fuck black women. Black women need to be protected. Fuck black men. How about you protect each other, dummies? Okay?
There you go. Cash up. Get it up. Get the money going. They love the beef, folks. So I don't give a fuck whether you think shit is real or not. What is consistent is Black Angus beef. Okay? Jay Prince makes most of that money off that Angus beef. If you look at it, America makes most of its money with black culture off of beefs. Here's a black man getting on stage, slapping another black man for talking about another black man's wife or a black woman.
Yeah.
Think about that. The triangle, the holy triangle, the holy nigga trinity.
And it's a great setup because Jada has a health condition. And most people wouldn't find it funny if somebody made a joke about their loved one who is suffering from something. I'm just being honest on that one.
Yeah.
But just like we're bringing up, America loves beef and they love it when it's black.
They do. Look at that. They just said BNC went out of business. Just reporting the news, trying to find healthy shit to report on is out of here. Okay? That's not what we want. Again, Chris Rock getting slapped by Will Smith is a better headline than Chris Rock handing him the award. Think about that.
Look at the Fresh and Funky. They're kind of dying out right now.
Fresh and fart.
Because the only way they can get high is off of black beef.
Black beef, folks. We're telling you, black beef is a great... Come on now. This is the most sauciest, general hospitalized NBA we've ever seen. Did you see how Trae Young texts John Morant? What the fuck they got to do with anything?
Or even right now, they're trying to make a beef between Nas versus Jay Prince and Kanye. I thought it was Jay Prince and Kanye versus the Grammys.
Come on now.
I thought it was Oscars.
Talk about it. There we go. That's what we said.
Y'all gotta keep the eyes on the prize. Congratulations to Will Smith for winning your Oscars, but we don't give a fuck about the Oscars.
No.
Oscars So White worked. People try to say black people don't watch the Oscars. Okay, well, look like y'all not being inclusive. It fucked y'all over. And now you're trying to give Will an award to try to get black people sucked back into that institution. Fuck the Oscars. Let it be broken. Let that Oscar break in half like Bane did Batman's back.
Yes, he did. And it was very that was very suspect too, by the way. Listen, you guys gotta understand something. This is the second nigga they've given an Oscar to. Denzel Washington, Training Day. Here's your Oscar.
Oh, third.
Halle Berry. Yes, you're right. Third.
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx. Yeah. But Will Smith acted like a nigga before he got his Oscar. I said, ooh.
Oh, he had his Training Day moment.
I said, I'm having flashbacks of Training Day and Monster Ball. Oh, shit. There it is. There it is. I said, what the? Why is he? So Oscars. So let me ask you this, Oscars. Are you only giving them gold statues to niggas?
And when black people say something ain't cool no more, ain't. And Jen, you right. White people ain't watching no Oscars no more.
They ain't. And they're not going to watch it after this.
This clip is going to go viral.
That's it.
People going to be watching streams like Dark Crimes and others.
That's it.
And your Oscars still ain't going to get watched.
Oscars so whack.
You got more questions. I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out what Trump, you ain't black.
Black. Chris Rock.
And you ain't black.
This is when being snobby goes wrong. Remember these stuffy institutions like the Oscars and the Grammys?
Yes.
They thought they was just so, we judge music and art. We're just so important.
It's not Atlanta.
That is
And
true.
now you're so losing steam.
Yeah. What did Forrest Whitaker win the Oscar for? Was it Idi Amin?
Oh, yeah. It's about 10 black people now who have Oscar prints.
Yeah, okay. I'm talking about, what did Forrest Whitaker win an Oscar for? Because
It was
was he
for,
playing that foreign dictator
Yeah,
nigga?
it was for being a dictator.
Yeah,
when he was killing other black people.
He's still a nigga in there. He's just a nigga in there. He's just had a lazy eye.
But they do love black trauma the most.
They do. I'm telling you.
And I'm gonna make it real clear.
That's why I asked him. I said, did he get that damn statue before or after he slapped that nigga?
I'm not blaming black actors for playing traumatic roles because that's life too. So
It
The
makes
Last
money.
King of Scotland don't have a problem with that. Training Day don't have a problem with that.
I love those movies.
But notice that a happy black film,
Yes.
like The Pursuit of Happiness with a good positive ending, he did not win. He did not win for Muhammad Ali, but he won. But I'm talking about the people that you talked about before.
Yeah, I get what you said.
Right.
Well,
But
Hollywood's got an issue with Muslims anyway.
King Richard is the first positive black film though.
And he still acted like a nigga.
Oh, yeah, before.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying. So because he won for a positive black film, a nigga tree had to happen before
Boy.
the Oscar was won.
I told you all, a black man cannot be happy-go-lucky in this country for nothing. For nothing. Now, you play King Rich. I listened to the damn score. So I'm like, well, I enjoy the score. I haven't seen the film King Richard, right? I'm just being honest with you. I haven't seen it. But overall, it looked like a very positive movie. And it seemed, and it's to encapsulate the Williams sisters, because it's like their night as well. It's the little girls that was in the film. And then here's Will Smith and Chris Rock having a Zone 3 Atlanta nigga moment.
Well, what do you think about though that Chris Rock wore the dress thing that we talked about, the whole comedy dress thing.
Well, it worked. The niggas on stage, we know his name. It worked. That fucking Ric Flair wig he got on. That motherfucker look ugly in that shit. But go ahead.
But also, I think it's a humiliation. And then hear me out. I'm just having there. It also is trying to be a humiliation ritual towards black women.
It is.
Are you trying to say black women are ugly?
I'm trying to figure out why you got Lupita sitting behind wheel. That shit seemed like a fucking psyop. I'm
gonna tell y'all. I think this is scripted and real, and let me tell you why. The Oscars set this shit up.
They did. They set these niggas up,
and the niggas fell for it.
Chris Rock is Orlando Anderson. That motherfucker.
This is a juicy setup.
This was a fucking setup. With
A
no
psyop.
Kamala Harris. This is again, I gotta put that on there because she listens to the show from time to time. You gotta be careful. This shit feels, I'm just telling you all, this shit is so weird. Now, the King Richard movie.
I'm gonna watch it because Richard is an amazing figure in history. How
sports
he
legend.
Protected his daughters, all of them, but also how he pushed his daughters to greatness and how he protected them. That is like father of the century. He definitely is an inspiration. So I am going to check out that film.
America hates the black family. Because they ain't do none of this shit when Denzel was acting like a drunk nigga cop that set Biggie Smalls up. Oh, here you go, Prestige. There you go, Mr. Denzel Washington. No, he's a great actor, but I'm just saying, America hates the black family. It's clearly a positive experience, and then Will is portraying a black father.
And let me tell you why.
Now he's acting like an angry, mad black person.
And let me tell you why it was a setup, because Chris didn't even feel comfortable in his joke, and it wasn't even a funny joke. Chris Rock, what's going on with you, man?
And Will Smith
too, y'all. It's definitely was scripted by the Oscars, and I think that look how they put the seatings arrangement. And again, like Prince stated before, Chris Rock and Will Smith are not friends. They've had issues with each other. So
I'm just saying. I'm telling you all, they hate positive blackish. That's why they got the new Carlton Banks snorting cocaine.
And also, we're about to remind y'all what happened. We're about to play the scene right now of the whole smack investigation that's going on.
Don't they got the new Carlton Banks sniffing cocaine Xanax and shit?
Look at what
every new year show with new gear. And I say what I say and I keep moving. Why would you be shocked when he's hot? It's your boy straight booming. Your latest things from him.
To a white man,
it's your boy. He's talking about anime,
that's where it's going
hip hop.
First you twerking, letting white boys call you the N-word. Then you sniffing coke. What the fuck has Carlton Banks have been turned into?
I'm telling you, they hate positive black Republicans. I'm telling you all, this is a conspiracy. Because this King Richard is supposed to be like a feel-good film. I got it saved on my HBO Max account. I just haven't gotten to it. I got a couple shit saved there. But, if you want a positive shot of dopamine and serotonin, you want to see a good, positive black experience, whether it's Southside or anything that's out there. I don't care if it's whoever, the family that prays together. Or what's the other one? Daddy's Girls.
And before we go into this clip, and I agree, Prince, before we go into this clip, also, everybody needs to subscribe to Thought Crimes. Make sure you go over to TCZ channel, subscribe there, and also Thought Crimes, our Patreon.
Yeah, y'all can go over there to our Patreon.
Also, make sure you go over and subscribe to What Up Boomin'. You want some dope commentary on hip-hop?
Yes.
What Up Boomin' is the place to go. He's a moderator in the chat. What Up Boomin'? Put the link to your channel in the chat as well. But Prince, let's go look at the. Did you see the one that I sent you a messenger?
Was it the same one, the one with the Guardian?
I think so. Okay, go ahead. Let's just see.
You know me, I'm already over there. So like I said, America hates the black family. There's no way this happened on this night. Let's go into this clip real quick.
You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win.
Now, hold on. Now, let's stop the psyop right here. Now, you lightly play with, in a cutesy fashion, with a white couple.
A spicy white couple. I just want to say this. I know some of y'all defending Chris Rock, and I'm not saying I'm defending Will Smith, but you see what just happened there. He did a boring, non-insulting joke to the spicy white people. All right, let's keep going, Prince.
All right, now.
He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard.
Actually, go back. That dude looked kind of scripted. Because, look, he is laughing. Go back.
That's what I said. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Let's see. Do we have to? This is us investigating.
That was a nice one. Okay. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
G.I. Jane 2. All right.
Now he's smiling.
Now, but Jada's not laughing.
Oh, Jada like...
Jada?
Oh, Jada!
Jada!
Jada, that
Wakanda forever!
Now, let's pause it there before we continue, Prince. So far we're looking at the evidence, and Will did smirk at the joke.
Do you think he's having a nervous breakdown, though?
I think it's a nervous laugh.
I think this is a nervous laugh. This is Atlanta.
We can't do this here. This
Come
is
on.
Wakanda. It's sacred.
It's sacred. Jada's Pinkett skull is sacred.
All right, let's go to the rest of the evidence.
All right,
So everybody's laughing so far. Yeah, let's see.
All right.
See? She didn't laugh. Now, I'm trying to see. I was like, well, maybe she played it too. Because I thought maybe that was her whole thing. She was like, oh, I'm annoyed. Woo, woo, woo. Let's see.
Can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Wow.
But it's okay. Look at the snapback recoil of Will Smith. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to see if this is like a little Vietnam slap. All right, let's see this.
You really can't trust anything in Hollywood, though.
You can't. It's the holy staff. It's witchcraft. It's so much of shit.
And I'm gonna keep reminding people we're still not watching the Oscars.
I'm not watching it.
Fuck the Oscars.
We're investigating this specific moment.
Just this clip.
All
right, let's see what else is going on.
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Okay, all right, now see, Denzel Washington training day moment right here. And now look at Lupita conveniently placed. The dark black-skinned woman is conveniently placed right here in gold. So he's protecting the treasure, the gold of the black woman. I'm telling you.
I'll tell you, this is a conspiracy. This is a good point. The Oscars is gold, and you have a beautiful dark-skinned black woman wearing gold right behind Will Smith.
Come on, y'all.
Foreshadowing Will Smith winning the Oscar.
Get this out of here.
Let's continue more of the evidence.
And Will Smith look like he's been drinking.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, look at Lupita's face. What the fuck? They told me to sit here. Look at her face. I was going to sit next to Michael B, but they told me to.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
All right, let's pause. Okay, Lupita's like, I'm on camera. Okay. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna. Is this supposed to be funny? Go ahead, Prince.
Now, I want to put this out there. I want to preface this disclaimer. I went and listened to Will Smith's book.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Right,
Prince did investigate Will Smith's book. Go ahead.
I'm fucking Scorpio. I'm going to investigate niggas. I don't give a fuck about your fucking manosphere, womansphere fucking wars. They ain't got nothing to do with Solomon. I wanted to get some background on this nigga. Because we always seen this man everywhere. I said, who the fuck is this nigga? So I listened to him. Apparently, he's had issues before and anger issues of being humiliated publicly when he was a kid. He was always trying to keep everybody happy. Came from a very abusive father.
Oh, like how LL Cool J can't take jokes.
LL Cool J cannot take jokes.
Yeah. He
You can't because he gets very serious and he comes from a line of fighters and violence. Same thing with Will Smith. He comes from a line of violence, actually. So he's been hit in the head and a lot of shit. So we all know that Will Smith has been made the butt of the joke for a better part of the more recent year,
About
right?
2 years now.
About 2 years now, right? But now he sees Chris Rock.
Okay? Okay.
Okay, right there. What was that?
Whoa!
Let's go back to
Whoa!
the beginning.
Why did he not be able to get back on script? Did Will Smith smack him too hard in the script? We this is what we're trying to unearth.
Where's The Rock?
Where's The Rock?
Actually have the right to tell somebody
What to say and what not to say.
Let's see this again. This is what we're talking about. This is what I'm talking about, that Chris Rock is a terrible actor when it comes to drama. All right? I want you all to look at his acting. This here is the best acting I have ever seen from Chris Rock. Let's go.
Okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
You know
that was a little bit funny.
You know, because he has a comedic mind. You know how it is. You're gonna get to snap back on something. But you guys get what I'm saying. The recoil in the gun took too long. Nobody cleaned the barrel. Let's rewind that one more time right here, and I'm gonna let y'all see this. Okay? He had the same energy when C.K. Lewis kept saying the word nigga, 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 nigga. So you're saying I'm a dirty nigga, right? And Chris Rock in front of Jerry Seinfeld, he was like, oh, okay. That's when you know, like, okay, what's going on? So let's play this real quick.
Shut your fucking mouth!
I'm going to, okay? Okay.
Awkward.
Now, this here was all an orchestrated publicity to get the Oscars stock up.
I think there's some real in it too. I think this may be a one where it's both scripted and real. You're in a very Orwellian, very esoteric, occultic space, and the Oscars need to sacrifice something. Will's dignity, Chris Rock's dignity. Somebody has to be humiliated for us crackers to get some fucking money and people back to watching the motherfucking Oscars.
Are you past slapping? Yo, let's say we past slapping. You know what the issue was. You know what the issue was.
And Will almost slipped off stage, just to let you know.
Now, if he would have slipped off stage,
that shit would have been funny.
That would have evened the humiliation out.
It would have been 50-50.
It's like, look at these two. Then in Black America, look at these two raggedy niggas. But I'm saying, Lupita Nyong'o, the dark-skinned black woman, we just had another psyop of Ryan Coogler getting arrested at Bank of America, and here comes another Wakanda native, Lupita Nyong'o, being defended by Neo of the Matrix.
And I'm gonna tell you, black people, Hollywood black people, y'all better watch yourselves, because y'all are targeted too. Yes. Just because you got money and white friends and high places and stuff, actually sometimes y'all the first to go. But I'm gonna, because what you just said there is interesting. We got the Ryan Coogler, Will Smith, Chris Rock, Kanye. You know, the whole situation where
tell me what's going
Kanye's
on.
being set up and all this other shit. Something very interesting is going on. Maybe Hollywood is trying to play musical chairs.
And why does Jada Pinkett got on the same color from The Matrix Reloaded? I'm telling you all. And Lupita's sitting up there with African gold on, looking like a star, and Will Smith is saying he's defending his wife.
Let's see some more.
What you want to see? That's it.
Oh, that's the end of it?
That's it. I mean, I'll play it again. I mean, you guys want to play it again? Let's see, because I want to see how do we went from the white couple, and it was very light.
The spicy white couple.
And he played it up between the fact, he said, well, you know, he better lose so she can win, promoting white feminism. Right?
Nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win.
Can you press pause? I think Chris Rock has become boring ever since he started overly hanging out with Amy Schumer.
Ooh, yes, sin. Come on. Come on. Praising sin.
Thank you, King Solomon.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, because I'm just like, it's like what Jimmy Fox said. Once you have too many white friends and you stay in a certain space, you can never bring back that same level of energy. I think you need to have a white friends quota. Like, yeah, you a couple of white friends, sure. But you can't go as far as Chris Rock has gone. It's like all he has is mostly white friends, and it's making him lose a lot of his humor. You know,
my white friends. If I'm in that space, this is how I would do it. I would have like 2 of my white friends would be Drake and Bruno Mars, right?
No, I agree. I'll have spicy white friends.
Yeah,
like
keep it there.
They gotta be mixed with something. You know, have a little spicy seasoning on them.
Yes,
but they can't be white. Like Amy Schumer is like Anglo-Saxon white. She's like super white.
She's Jack Harlow's auntie.
Right,
yes.
Too white.
Yes,
that's just too white.
A little bit too much.
You know, if you're gonna have some token white friends, they gotta have some spice to them.
Because if I'm seeing with you publicly and you're on Twitter and you say something about colorism or racism, you know, I don't want my name to come up.
Yeah,
it's bad for it's bad for black business for me.
That's why I think Dave Chappelle got to be careful too. You don't want too many. You can't, you know, not too many Anglos.
Well, we're gonna see how Dave Chappelle's gonna flip this Joe Rogan shit. That's what we're gonna see, and then Black America's gonna cancel it. The white friends are not respecting y'all black space. They are cutting up. But so here you have Chris Rock, and it's ironic. This is the thing about it is he goes from one couple to another couple. So how he played with the white couple is like, oh, you know the whole honeymooner shit. You better lose, or Wilma and Fred. But then Jada, I love you, bald-headed nigga.
Oh, look at y'all two stove. What are y'all gonna win? What are y'all gonna win? So Jada, you know I love you, bald-headed bitch. You know, he was sneak dissing. Let's just be honest. Chris Rock was sneak dissing.
That shit was that's such a raggedy transition. Hey, roast that nigga. Or get that bum off the stage. Take the Apollo. Get your bum ass off that raggedy transition. You should have been slapped for that raggedy transition, Chris Rock. Nigga, you know better than that. You a comedian. Do better than that, nigga. That shit was so raggedy. You snatched your hair out. Your lace front. Like, it was like, that shit was so raggedy.
He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
See, look at Jada's face and look at Will.
So you think Jada has some type of control over Will? Because I think Jada got psychic abilities. I'm telling you, Jada got psychic abilities, and I think when she looked at Will,
you heard this when he got up. Because we didn't see the look she gave him, but there's another clip where one of Jada's eyelashes glows down.
Yeah, I think through Jada's psychic abilities, she was able to communicate through her mind to Will, and Will got up there and smacked Chris.
She did look at him.
Yeah.
She looked at him.
Let's rewind that look again. Yeah, that was very interesting in the evidence file.
Let's go ahead.
Wait to see it. All right?
All right, matter of fact, let me go use this YouTube shit. Let's see if we can slow this shit.
Slow it down. Let's see if we can slow this evidence scene down. Because I do think Jada has mind control.
Something's going on here. This is some very strange shit. And you go from one couple. It's such a horrible transition.
Can't wait to see it. All right?
Y'all know we ignorant. We slow everything down. Look at this. Look at that. See her. One of her eyes go down. See that?
She's using her powers.
Let me tell y'all something. If your woman only blinks with one eye, niggas, she's that fucking pissed. And Will's like having this. Will keeps having. I'm telling you all, Will is having. I don't know that this split shit. Whatever him and Tom Cruise were doing with all that other shit. Something happened when that camera was taken off of him. So let's rewind that real quick.
Yeah, let's look back at that. Look at it. See if Jada got
it. Oh, by the way, rest in peace to DJ Screw.
Yeah.
See that shit?
Right, you see that moving the hands too? Now, come on. Y'all can't make this shit up. This is something.
What the fuck is going on?
I'm gonna tell you. I do think Jada has psychic abilities because the last time I remember when she did the entanglement, when we did a review of the entanglement here on Thought Crimes, there was weird fucking energy in the chat.
Yes. Yeah.
The chat was weird.
Something happened. It was a transit. I don't know what it is.
Jada is a witch.
I mean,
blood table talk with psychic abilities.
See, if Chris Rock was married to a witch, he would have not. This wouldn't have happened to him.
That's true. That's true.
You know, I'm just being honest with you all. Okay, so let's go ahead. Hey, you know, Will Smith is married to a witch because he got to collect his Oscar. That's some other shit is going on here.
Jada bullied the Oscars with her psychic abilities, and finally, Will got a fucking Oscar.
You think they're gonna be at the Chateau Marmont?
Possibly.
What the fuck is going on here? Let's rewind that shit again. I ain't got nothing to do tonight.
All right.
Jada didn't smile. She did not smile.
Yeah, Jada, like, you don't let them humiliate me like this.
And
are you going to do something about this, Will?
Her Charles. Oh, wait a minute. Her Charlize Xavier powers are so strong that Chris Rock even felt it. Look how he looked around.
Right. He felt the energy. Look at Jada energy. We're going to have to crack Jada's code.
Yeah.
Jada.
That was a
look at him apologize.
That wasn't a bad joke.
You drunk nigga, you.
Jada, please don't shoot me. You know, remember when Kanye West went on stage and he said Jay got some shooters?
Yes.
Jada has shooters.
And it's Will Smith. I will pay attention, and I'm going to tell you all right now. We're going to pay attention to Chris Rock all week. I want to see if anything else happens to him for the rest of the year. I want to see if he makes it out of 2022. I don't know what type of humiliation ritual this is, but something suspicious to me is going on. And then, like I said, the Wakanda native sitting behind them and talking about protecting wives. And it felt weird, but let's see.
Well, also, isn't Jada a triple Virgo?
I believe so, right? Oh, wait.
What is...
Okay.
Can you pull up Jada's chart?
Okay. I'm out here. Richard.
Listen to that laugh. Listen. Listen to you.
Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Some weird ass shit, you all.
Get my name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
I do need one of you niggas out there to remix this and send it to Thought Crimes. Put Thought Crimes in it. And we'll play it. We'll give you credit. So all of you DJ niggas, you producer niggas, sample this shit, put it on a fly ass post drill beat, and then send it to our ass so we can talk over it.
But again, like we said before, fuck the Oscars. The Oscars is lame. You can make money. You can create beautiful art. You don't need to win a little ugly ass demonic award, and you'll be fine. We moving past this shit.
Protect Lupita Nyong'o. Something about her sitting in that shot makes me uneasy. Ryan Coogler got arrested earlier.
Oh!
That's what I'm saying.
This is more Black Panther promotion.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, shit. Yeah, because they go to the thing with him and now Lupita being in. They made sure Lupita was in the scene.
Yeah,
so Disney trying to sell the Black Panther too.
And guess what, you all? Black Panther's going to be released on 11/22/2022. And I ain't got time for this shit. Rest in peace to Chad Boseman. I don't know what's going on. So, I think something else is up here, folks.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out.
Look at the mind control that... Yo, I agree. Them Baltimore chicks, I tell you.
So are you saying You saying it wasn't Tupac, it was Jada?
It was. I really think Jada got some hypnosis power.
Look at August Alsina.
I think that she's a grand mystic. I think something is going on. Jada got some powerful shit. Think about it. Let me just break it down. What woman is able to get Tupac, then get Will Smith, then get side niggas? I understand he got side bitches. It was open marriage, but just run it through with me.
Well, technically, it's not side anything if it's
right.
open.
It's open, but
it's open.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, right.
And then makes Chris Rock nervous, and then all of a sudden Will went from laughing to going on stage and slapping the shit out of Chris Rock.
Cause I saw Will Smith laughing. I saw him laughing.
I think that there's something going on with Jada. We have Jada Shakur Smith.
Yeah, and all jokes aside, Will and Tupac, those are not lightweight niggas for that to be in that space. I don't know what's going on. Even August Alsina got fat again. He got fat in the face. That boy was looking like Skeletor at first. You can say what they want to say, but apparently the pussy resuscitated him. I don't know. So that's another story. So I'm just saying that the placement of Lupita Nyong'o, it could have been any other actress sitting there. That's what makes this very suspicious. And then the transition was raggedy. Because they got to go through a pre-approval process. Even look, folks, there's something going on with these award shows. Even with Trevor, what's that boy's name? Trevor Noah, the South African nigga with that round head.
Trevor is such a fucking sellout.
Trevor, if you're listening, you're moving funny like Chris Rock. You're moving like baby Chris Rock, right? You just haven't never done Bigger and Blacker. That's all I have to say. Or Pootie Tang, a national treasure. It's like, but anyway. Think about not too long ago, literally about a week or so before, or a couple days before, Trevor Noah goes on this weird Instagram post, and he's basically saying how Kanye West is going to become OJ and kill Kim Kardashian.
What?
Kanye
he said that?
Yeah, basically. And then Kanye West, of course, he went on a rant, and all he just said was kumbaya, kumbaya. Now, the claim is that they shut down Kanye West's IG because of what he said to Trevor Noah. Now, I would have thought they would have shut down his IG because of what he said about D.L. Hughley. But apparently, D.L. Hughley don't have the same type of plug that Trevor Noah has. So it's ironic. And also, Trevor Noah will be hosting this year's Grammys as well. So you already know that's going to give him ammunition. So the whole Trevor Noah, Kanye West thing, it's promotion for what? The Grammys.
I get what you're saying. So Trevor Noah is a plant against Kanye in favor of the Grammys.
Yes, just like you got Chris Rock up here and Will Smith and this weird shit that just happened to promote the Oscars. Come on now. And y'all gonna see next year so many black nigga rap actors are gonna be nominated for every fucking Oscar nominated janitor, Oscar nominated chef, you're gonna see all that because again, folks, these institutions are dying. People can say what they want to say, and they have bipolar issues with black folks and black culture. They need them, but they don't want them.
Well, speaking of, since people brought up Aleister Crowley, what do you think about the whole Jay-Z situation with with the hotel, black workers not being paid, and Jay-Z still looking like he's about to say we passed kneeling?
He about to say we passed serving. Jay-Z, man, again, you're another one that likes to listen to the show. We don't care about you guys ever calling in. We know y'all people reach out to us. But listen, I mean, it's looking very weird with Jay-Z. But apparently, let me see, the Chateau Marmont, I believe the sister's name. Let me see. I'm going to put this in real quick while y'all up there.
The people who are supporting that hotel, the foundation of that hotel is a bunch of people who promote and support Aleister Crowley.
Yeah.
Now, I don't care about the occult or esoteric. Esoteric and occult is not necessarily good or bad. It's about who use it and how you use it. And Aleister Crowley was one of those guys who used it bad. Okay? He did a lot of depraved, decrepit shit.
Yeah, we get into further on our Patreon too, to let everybody know. Excuse me, on our Patreon.
Right, where we talk our $15 tier, where we talk about this with B-More. Also, Crowley did not create tarot cards. Tarot cards been existing since the days of Egypt and gypsies and all this other stuff. So no, Crowley did not create the tarot cards.
Okay, so I'm about to play the clip so you all can get an idea, because now we're gonna play this. Excuse me, this particular clip about the Chateau Marmont, and apparently Jay-Z and Beyonce are going to be hosting the Oscar parties?
No, Yeah, damn, I don't know which one.
Which
yet.
one?
Was it the Oscars or Grammys? Which stupid institution? I can't remember.
It ain't the Grammys because they ain't doing shit in music. So I think it's the it's the fucking Oscars. Yeah, it's the Oscars.
All right, let's see what's going on.
So let's go ahead.
Two former.
Oh my bad, it's still on DJ Screw. Let me put this on normal. All right, let's rewind this again. Okay.
Two former employees are suing the historic Chateau Marmont, claiming the posh hotel is rife with racism and sexual misconduct. Oh, they claim management overlooked people of color for promotions and allowed for a hostile work environment.
KCAL 9's Candace Crone talked with one woman about her experience.
Nestled on a hill overlooking the Sunset Strip, the famed Chateau Marmont is known as a celebrity getaway where A-listers can let their hair down. Behind the scenes, a former employee says it was a nightmare.
I got to a point where I just said enough. This is not okay.
Thomasina Gross worked as a banquet server at Chateau Marmont before being let go last March due to the pandemic. She's one of two former employees who have filed a lawsuit against the posh hotel, alleging racial discrimination and sexual harassment. Gross claims management skipped over her for promotions and coveted positions like restaurant server, alleging, quote, most restaurant servers are young, thin, and light-skinned or white, and that, quote, most less desirable positions are filled by workers of color.
To then have someone else hired that was white more than one time and then having to basically train them, it was really disheartening.
The complaint details one instance where, quote, a male guest would press into Miss Gross's back as she was serving a tray of food to other guests, which happened about twice a month. When she complained to management, she says nothing was done.
We shouldn't have to work just as hard for less opportunity to work and less pay and be treated as if our lives are worth less.
We allege in the lawsuit that what happened to Tommy was part of a larger pattern and practice of race discrimination at the Chateau.
Last September, dozens of Chateau Marmont employees told The Hollywood Reporter in a Zoom meeting that racism and sexual misconduct happened quite often at the landmark hotel. Gross says she wanted to share her story to shine a spotlight on the importance of racial diversity, inclusion, and safety in the workplace.
That's the important thing for me, is to change the culture. It's toxic and it's just not right.
Well, the culture the culture is toxic because the foundation of it is demonic. And again, I don't use the same demonic because I've been studying stuff. I don't use demonic like esoteric and occultic and all that stuff is demonic in and of itself. I'm talking about the energy that hotel was built upon by occultists who was into the Aleister Crowley set. And you had again, when a famous comedian died there, it became very popular where people enjoyed going there because of his death. And you want to go into that a little bit, Prince?
Well, okay, and put it into some context in the chat because this does ties into Will and Jada and Chris Rock and the Oscars, so Black Beef. And so what Sin is speaking to specifically with the Chateau Marmont, you had like this Jay-Z. Obviously, there's some photos of him pulling out of that joint, that old stinky hotel. Excuse me, that old stinky hotel since 2013. All right, but John Belushi, legendary comedian, you know, one of the origins of the whole frat boyish humor, Jack Black's daddy, basically. He had a 5-day binge of drugs, of heroin and cocaine, and he died in the hotel, much like what you saw later with the likes of Chris Farley, legendary Chris Farley. But what happened because of his death, and the time of his death was during at the peak of his career, it became this like a stigma, like a cultural trope, taboo, basically. Let me put it that way. And people wanted to go there, get high, have fun, have sex, or perform sexual stigmatas in the same room. In fact, ironically, Jean Basquiat himself specifically requested to rent the room where it was the death environment of John Belushi, and he wanted to live in there and sleep in there. And Jean Basquiat, a fantastic artist, but when you read about it, it's like he clearly was on some other shit. Right?
Clearly a cuckoo bird.
Yeah, but Jay-Z got his hair cut now. So Jay-Z. Now you have some people that are saying, is Jay-Z going to hold or host the, I guess, the after Oscar party at this Chateau Marmont?
And he is. Because you didn't say nothing, so that means he is.
Don't you think it's ironic, though, that Jay-Z and Nas are kind of being, their coats are being pulled in at the same time? For these situations concerning race, my thing is not about, directing who should do what. I don't care like that. I just think it's very interesting, more than anything else. I think Jay-Z is not moving that fucking venue.
Well, it's just like, okay, I'll put it this way. Their success is not the every black person's success.
No.
We learned that with Obama. We learned that with Jay-Z. I'll give you an example. And this is nothing against Kyrie. I think Kyrie beat the system, and I think he did a great job. And I'm glad he stood on his square. And Eric Adams bowed down. But notice that Kyrie said he was speaking for all workers. And Eric Adams only said celebrities and entertainers do not have to follow. The mandate has been lifted. But everyday workers, they still have to follow the mandate. I'll give you another example. JC said we passed kneeling. I'm just looking out for some musicians that are my friends that I'll make deal with the halftime show. But black people who work in the NFL, players, coaches, are still suffering from racism in that institution, right? So as you see, usually with groups of people, when they come to the Americas and they've been, given certain privileges when it comes to investments for banks and stuff, things that, again, black people have to have discrimination against. But usually once they get in the high level, other people in their community get in as well. With black people, there's a separation. Jay-Z going somewhere don't mean black people are going somewhere. So Jay-Z will go to a hotel or make business at the NFL where he's getting the money, he's getting all this stuff, but black people are still treated as third-class citizens.
Yeah, honestly, and I keep saying this too, just publicly. We have to make it clear as Thought Crimes. Chris Rock getting slapped, it has nothing to do with me, or us, Sin, B-More, and I. It has nothing to do with us. Their fucking success is not my success. Okay, Will Smith's Oscar. Don't mean shit for maybe my aunties and uncles, all right, or my dead cousins, right? So you get what I'm saying? Don't mean nothing for y'all, like you get what I'm saying? These are artists at the end of the day, right? And what has happened is there is a more of a personalized and hyper personalized engagement today. That there's a new form of technology that makes people feel they're part of their success. To some degree, that is true when you're talking about maybe you've been donating money to NBA YoungBoy when he was rapping on the back of wagons and horses and shit, right? And now he's successful and you feel like I'm a part of it. No, you're part of the fan club. You're part of the fan club. So with Jay-Z, there's no, at this point in time for him, with all of the complaints of everybody calling him, there's no incentive, at least from his bottom dollar, to hear anything. Or just like, is there really any incentive to for Nas to do the same thing as everybody's doing right now concerning the Grammys and even concerning Kanye West, right? Because if you look at it from somebody else's perspective, they was like, well, shit, but Kanye West, he's with Donald Trump and the MAGA boys, and well, now you want me to, brother and sister because of him? That I don't care. So, I mean, at the end of the day, people are going to make their own decisions. But I do say this, though. People do need to learn to know that these people are businessmen and women before they're gay, straight, trans, black, white, before they're any of that. What's going on with my portfolio when they wake up? What is my real estate looking like right now? What is my metadata looking like online? How can I get more involved with the algorithm? How can I learn to grow my business? That's what they're looking to do.
Well, and also to even clarify, they're not businessmen and women who care about their community. Because yes, business is business, but other communities make sure that there's people, the majority of their business is looking like them. So if I go to Universal Studios, I'm going to walk in there, it's going to be 90% white, maybe even more. White men and women working at Universal Studios, from the lowest jobs to the janitor to the highest of the highs. And even when black people do get on, into those type of corporations. Usually they work in low-level jobs, even if they have the credentials to work and get a higher position. So, you know, and a lot of these guys like Diddy, they hide behind business. Business don't mean you dog out your people like that, and you don't give majority positions to your own community, especially when you know employment for black people is very difficult. There's already stats and statistics that already showcase that. So that's why I even think I like Royce, but I do think he should have minded his business on the Diddy situation, because you can't tell victims to be quiet. In fact, when you start talking and you take your power back, it turns someone from a victim into a victor. And if someone did do something and people want to defend themselves, they have every right to defend themselves, whether the disrespect is coming from another black person or a white person or white institutions. They have every right to defend themselves.
Well, yeah, I want to get into that too, by the way, because that's something that we can transition to next concerning Mr. Royce the 5'9". Shouts out to him. We engaged with him before. We've roasted Eminem several times. He didn't give a fuck. Just like with Crooked Eye. Shouts out to Crooked Eye as well. These motherfuckers, these niggas don't care about this shit. Not like that. But people will have a right to complain about Diddy. I understand about the executives and the white bosses, and you know, it's a lot more white folks than these black folks. But one of the reasons why certain black people are tearing the backside up of certain black people that have alleged to have grievances and business mismanagement, well, they decided to do business with them because part of their blackness was advertising in the acquisition of their business. I'm a black man. Come to over here to Bad Boy, to Death Row Records. Come to Rap-A-Lot. Come here, man, brother. Come to Murder Inc., nigga. Come to Cash Money. Come on, you nigga. Come on over here, sister. Right? Get your little cluck head over here. I can do your... Come on, black woman. I got your back. And you sign that damn contract and you go through that mother... You like, God damn, this mother... I done sold everything. He didn't have me sign everything over. But you told me as a black person I'd be protected over here. Right? So when those people who have been wronged in the process have a chance to speak, an offended brother or sister, even if they are speaking out of anger and their anger is righteous anger, you as someone who arguably has been very successful in business, you've been able to eat, who are you to tell the victims of economic predatory practices how they should feel and who should they attack? Because for them, Clive Davis wasn't in the room when they signed the fucking contract.
Jimmy Iovine wasn't in the room, and don't get me wrong, Jimmy Iovine is disrespectful. Platforms like Dark Crimes have been talking about these white execs. Let me just put that out there first. We've been talking about the white execs. We've been talking about the economic infrastructure that is against black people and black innovation, but want to use that genius to build up white infrastructures and different things like that. But that doesn't give Diddy a pass. That doesn't give Diddy a pass. In fact, if your people are being victimized, you would think you would do good business. And I'm not saying like you don't make your money. Of course you make your money. But some of the things that have been told by a lot of these black people, some of it goes beyond just making money. It goes into being a predator in certain ways. And it just does. You know, and Diddy is going to have to answer that to the people he victimized. You know, you jumping in as Captain Save-A-Hole, Royce. And again, I like what you present. I like the fact that you did stand up against Interscope. You did defend Slaughterhouse and different things like that. But this is just my perspective on this. I don't think you have the right to tell other black people to be quiet when other black individuals do shady shit to the black community, or black people who are being used who are from poverty. So you're trying to say someone who can't afford a lawyer, and someone who don't have anyone around them, and some of them who are underage, like TLC was when that contract, that slave wage contract was given to them. And then you try to say, well, a deal is a deal, and da-da-da-da. People who make great decisions when it comes to deals usually have sound people around them. The reason why LeBron James betted on himself is because he had people around him that betted on him. When you out there swimming with the sharks and from poverty and you can't afford a lawyer and all this other stuff, stop trying to be cute.
Well, I'm just saying, I do feel like when it comes to Mace, when it comes to Freddie P, I do feel Royce da 5'9" should chill. That's my personal opinion, because again, if these people have been, and honestly, Mace has been in the business longer than Royce da 5'9" at that level. And if he understands what's going on with Diddy, that's them too. That's their business with that divorce. Honestly, I'm not going to be one of these people of what we said. I've been very consistent about focusing on the infrastructure. Before the whole woke movement even kicked off, in fact, a lot of people felt Thought Crimes was too raw, that we should have toned down this, that we used to tone down. We're not just on some like some crazy stuff where we're just making stuff up. But what we were saying, though, people should be very honest that this has been going on for a long time. And so even what you all saw recently with Jimmy Iovine walking past the game, and some people who think they understand business say, well, what's the big issue, right? Who cares? It wasn't his friend. But that wasn't the point of the conversation. The point of the conversation, like we said about with Chris Rock and Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith and Lupe Nyong'o, there's a lot of black niggas in that one space right there. All of the people in the black VIP section are front and center publicly, right? What we were saying, though, is what it means about black culture. So you have in a grand old industry where black culture has been stretched thin. The game put his body on the line, folks. And I'm not saying, was he was too stupid or right or wrong. That's not my fucking business. I don't know anything about it. It couldn't be me, though. Okay? I'm not getting shot for your midget ass. All right?
Can't be Thought Crime.
You couldn't be me, nigga. I'm going to do documentary and sit down and make every fucking diss record about 50 Cent. All right? I would trigger 50 Cent's Fat Jeans. Game ain't recorded enough diss records on 50 Cent. I would have kept going, but that's just me, though. Right? But Game put himself in a situation where he was in New York, took a trip out to New York, and there was a gun battle in front of Hot 97. Now, Hot 97, it was great for them because there was just a shootout with two of the bigger rap stars in hip-hop at the time in front of their music station. Now, did everybody go tap Farrakhan and bring him over? Yeah, they did all of that. Did the usual PR shit to make it look like they're not really enjoying black blood possibly being spilled for green dollars, right? But historically, as we've said, and I've said this before, as soon as Tupac and Biggie died, it gave the music industry a blueprint, especially for black rappers.
And to enjoy Black Death, yeah.
Yeah, if you have children that were born under the era of 1996 or 95 and 94, and their babies or young millennials were witnessing the after effects of Tupac and Biggie, how like we grew up on a phantom Tupac before the hologram even came. He's been a part of our lives, and we still ain't seen the nigga in real life. We just got all these albums coming out from this phantom dead ghost nigga, right? But the industry understood Tupac was a prime example of how you can move forward with this particular market. Same thing with Biggie Smalls. So then you had the reinterpretation of Pac and Biggie with 50 Cent in the game. Ironically, guess what? East Coast, West Coast energy. Did you see how that was framed? Because even Jimmy Iovine, the reason why it was so funny, him walking past the game, so many years later, 15 years later, whatever the case is during that time, Jimmy Iovine, he enjoyed the East Coast, West Coast, Interscope versus Murder Inc. It's just great. It's like, it's so raw energy. He liked all of that. You know Dr. Dre with his PTSD having ass, not no more than D Barnes, but you know what his PTSD having ass, he ran. He didn't choose a side. You had the Game and 50 Cent dissing Dre because they felt like their musical daddy didn't choose a side at the time, right? But Jimmy Iovine benefited greatly off of that beef. It was his idea to put Game in G Unit. If he didn't put Game in G Unit, Short Game may not have excelled to the career that he ended up having, but there wouldn't have been no beef anyway.
Just like Jimmy told Diddy, this is from Dawn Richardson. Mm-hmm. She said that Diddy allowed Jimmy Iovine to call them ugly. Dirty Money, the 2 black women, that they were ugly. Jimmy Iovine, one of the ugliest motherfuckers in the industry.
Did y'all see that
calling somebody else ugly?
Did y'all see that? Hold on, let me pull up this Harry Potter nigga. Let me see some. Jimmy Iovine walks past the game. He looked like a little troll. Moving under the bridge. Let's go ahead, Jimmy Iovine.
And also check that out with Prince, King Solomon, and What Up Boomin' having a conversation about the game and Jimmy Iovine. But while Prince is looking that up, just like we call out a lot of these white dudes that mess with black people, we're calling out Diddy too. He deserved to be called out. Like, bro, if you're gonna be speaking that black power shit that Diddy has been on lately, then that means you should atone for the stupid shit you did. And I'm not blaming you for everybody. Yeah, sometimes people made bad decisions. You can't allow yourself to become a victim. You do got to bet on yourself and trust in yourself. And if you're not underage and somebody else signed the contract for you, like your parents or whatever, then you should take some accountability. But at the same time, Diddy is not right about everything. And he needs to take accountability for the debauchery that has been in the culture with exploitation. You can't. This is the thing that you can't complain about. Diddy, you can't complain that white people are exploiting you while exploiting other black people. That's the thing about it, and speak about some pro-black rhetoric. And that goes for anybody in that industry. Stop being fucking fake. You can't be like, oh, the white man and Jimmy and blah, blah, and blah, but then you exploiting black people in your own backyard.
Anyway, you know what? That is true. You know, it could be all about this pro-black shit, and then Rick Ross says, you know, I gotta fuck a woman for her to sing on my track before I sign her. You know.
And she didn't even know it.
You know, I'm just saying, you know, come on, some of these niggas just sound. That's why I believe that space is crazy, because some of you all's talking points are crazy to me. But anyway, let me play this clip real quick.
Someone said, brother, hate.
Let's see. Why they play that damn instrumental? I can't.
Keep it moving. Number blah 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 blah. Yeah, you gonna thank you. You muted it because that would get.
Yeah.
My name is Raphael.
Okay, all right. This is shit. Let me go back to that shit. So that was a short. Anyway, let me go back to it real quick.
Just mute it. Yeah. Like we did before.
Okay, there it is. Yeah, there we go. All right, so here you go. Right here. There's the game. Jimmy Iovine, and then here's what's funny. This is why I said black beef sells. Pork chop face 50 Cent. He took to Instagram and he reposted this clip. And he said, LOL, that man, basically I'm paraphrasing. He said, LOL, that man got ignored. He said 50 wrote the hits. Get this bum out of here. Something to that effect. Now, once again, the short white man in the room is let off the hook. Now 50 Cent and Game looks like they're probably going to rehash their beef again. Now, I don't think anything is going to really come about it because they're old, number one. But two, it still shows you something. That who is protected. This is what we was talking about, the industry. Yeah, one could argue and say, you know, Diddy ain't the only one. You're right. Some of the complaints that you've heard about certain artists concerning Master P. I know people feel he has a perfect record, but there are artists that had genuine complaints about Master P and their own masters, right? Then you have Dr. Dre. And you have, of course, Jay-Z, right? Yes, those guys exist, but also you have white men that exist outside of them. But you heard what Dame Dash was saying about Lear Cohen, right? But look who Jay-Z went with, right? You've had people criticize some of the men that were surrounding Diddy, but look who Diddy went with. This is what I'm saying concerning Royce da 5'9". I actually understand his point, but also you have to understand where some of the men you're defending are complicit. There's a conflict of interest.
Also, Prince, Mark said, Game said, I didn't even notice that Crypt Keeper.
He can say what he want to say. Right? I mean, it's very hard to. He has a very distinct face. Well, he's gotten older too. Look at that. No face surgery or nothing. Look at that. He said, I don't care, man. But this was very interesting because there really wouldn't have been no G on the beat. Because it was, remember, they didn't know what to do with the game at the time. And Jimmy Iovine recommended that he be just put into G Unit. You know, they basically made G Unit like it was a boy band, people. G Unit was a boy band. It was a boy band.
It was with those.
It was a fucking boy band.
Them tiny tank tops.
The titty tank tops. It was a boy band. It was. I mean, niggas used to get mad at me. I said, the older dudes was mad. I said, they're a boy band. What are you talking about? They put them in.
You know what was so funny when fat niggas wore that tank top and then a little bit of the titty would be hanging out the side? Because them tank tops, how they cut.
And you knew they were going to the temp agency. They was going to pay setters. Shouts out pay setters and the temporary agencies everywhere. But anyway, so concerning Royce da 5'9", and I do see something happening right now. And I'm not so I can't say that I don't think Royce doesn't care, because I actually think he is very aware of a lot of things.
I think he cares.
Yeah, he cares, because now he's getting a lot of criticism online because people are feeling like they feel like he's over speaking in certain spaces. I think concerning, and I've listened to Royce da 5'9" for a long time. He's always been very direct about some of the music heads in the industry.
And he's been calling out a lot of the white execs. I do appreciate that.
Yeah, we do appreciate that, right? It's kind of one of the reasons, technically, if we want to be real about it, one of the reasons why Royce da 5'9"'s career is where it is. I'm not saying he hasn't been able to do anything, but I'm saying at one point in time, Royce looked like he could have been much bigger, but Royce also...
He didn't sell out.
He didn't shut his mouth up, right? And I'm not saying he was supposed to. I'm saying how he's a free talking nigga. He's a Detroit nigga. They talk free. They're gonna say what they want to say. No difference than Chicago niggas, right? Just got a different speed how they do it. So that got him in trouble with people in the industry at the time when his career was catching a real buzz, and so he got the runaround for a long time. He said, but again, whether we get in these spaces, whether it's Diddy, Jay-Z, and to keep it real with you all, the real target is Kanye West. Because he's kind of like the freest nigga of them all, because people say he's crazy, whether they believe it to be real or not. But Kanye West ain't got, only thing they got is that he likes to tell everybody he's Walt Disney.
Well, he don't have no criminal record like Dr. Dre in the closet. He don't have
the same thing as Diddy and Dre like you about to say.
Dr. Dre was, the whole beating on women.
Yes.
This is already documented.
This is documented.
Then you got Jay-Z, who was alleged of doing things back in the day with chicks, and people bring up R. Kelly, whatever. Then you got, and I'm not saying the Jay-Z with the girl things have been confirmed, just rumored. Then you have the whole Diddy thing where the people allege he got bodies on him and all that, so he compromised. The only dude who's not compromised, and I mean not compromised in the sense he did something that white execs can like hold over his head, is Kanye out of that list.
Oh, is that in Eric Adams? Y'all see Eric Adams with that shirt off, the Machine Man?
Why do they always have these black politicians shirtless?
Y'all remember Andrew Drillum?
Damn, black people don't care if Obama's shirtless. We need fucking policies for black America for us to, be able to innovate black businesses, reparations, different things like that. Like, all that shirtless shit is whack.
Wait,
so sick of this shit.
Tell me, you don't like my chest hair?
No, I don't like your bird chest.
You don't like that?
No.
Look at this. I'm flexing on these bitches. All of them. I got Jay-Z on the text.
Anyway, but that is the case. Folks, we want you all to make sure as it stands right now, this channel is particularly as it stands right now, it is demonetized. Y'all can get over and support us on our Patreon.
But it will be monetized eventually.
Yeah, then y'all can get over to TCZ too, by the way, where we discuss specifically hip hop, and we have these subjects and we go more into detail in them in the cultural sense on our Patreon. We take it into the other spaces, geopolitics, social engineering, some other shit, spiritual shit as well. There's a bunch of that we talk about. But we want you all to get over there too, by the way, and support us on Patreon. Folks, looks like white America got a shot of black crack again. And
black coffee.
Well, I'm telling y'all, they hate the black family. Shit, it wasn't like Will Smith was being accepted an award for 6 degrees of separation.
I also want to say this just to defend Will and Chris real quick, even though I think Chris has shown a lot of weakness in the game.
Yeah.
Doing humiliation rituals and white audience on black actors and all this other weird shit. But I will say this. Both Chris and Will Smith have never committed a crime. They're not criminals. You do know a lot of white people in that audience actually are. I mean, you got people in that audience who peddlers, people who've been like just look at the perspective, because I think Strategy King brought up something about Jack Nicholson and all these other people's lives being a hot mess.
Yeah, with the rage issue. Jack Nicholson was on record with his rage issues.
Right, back in the 90s and before Nathan goofy ass went to TMZ, they mostly reported on white failure, white weird shit, whatever they were doing in their personal lives, right? Now is the new currency, because people are now bored with white celebrities, is to humiliate and exploit black celebrities. And this is the new currency. Again, and they're doing it to save Hollywood. So when y'all get interested in white people again, you'll see it but remember before this the what you call them vaudeville shows?
Yeah, the vaudeville shows.
And we're not talking about the dope ones with it being 100% black. We're talking about the ones where they were making fun of black people, or they have black people making fun of other black people. They always, when Hollywood doesn't have any more ideas, they run back to humiliating black people to get themselves more currency, like what they did with blaxploitation films. Well, yeah. At first, they were written well by black people and black directors. Then they got goofy, was like, "Hey, monkey hole, you come in and sit on this cracker dick. You ain't gonna tell me to sit on no cracker dick cracker." And then it became all race play sex shit, So what you're seeing right now is that cycling in again, like Hollywood trying to figure out what they need to do and using black people as interest, placeholders until they figure it out.
Well, even look, for you all that keep saying it's fake, folks, it's still the fucking point. Even if it is fake, it's still a black humiliation ritual. Do you get the point? I'm not trying to be funny. It's like you got people in the chat arguing which side you're trying to pick sides in the debate of stupid. The whole room smells like dirty diapers, and you talking about, I want to stand in that corner. I want to stand in that corner. It's still, either way, whether it's real or fake, folks, it's still presenting a point that they got to use that black beef, black conflict, black violence. And then what they can say, black on black crime drives politics. Black on black crime drives the police unions. Black on black crime drives entertainment. Folks, y'all look online, look at the op culture. Look at all of the smoking on your ops, dead ops. Some of these, you see these niggas with these weird names, MYBG, Amiri, JBKL Killer, and then you like, who is this nigga? And you look at him and he's like smoking on my dead ops mama, and they got 298 million views, and you're like, how? Why? But then you think about it, oh, okay, I got it, the black violence. So that's what it is. So even in this, I think, for real, to be honest with you, it's cash money. It's kind of like Kanye West. This is what we were saying before. The Kanye West is driving traffic. He's driving algorithms everywhere. I told you all several times before, when a black celebrity dies, go look at the traffic uptick everywhere. Nipsey Hussle was not a platinum rapper. When that man got shot, that nigga shit was everywhere, as if he had made "And I Will Always Love You" by Whitney Houston. So I'm telling you all, whether it's Pop Smoke, whether it's Aaliyah, whether it's Will Smith slapping Chris Rock, folks, you can say what you want to say. Black gasoline is what is black blood is the engine. That's what drives the engine in this space. So this is one of the reasons why they keep the drama going and the drama going. It is what it is. You're gonna have people online run with a stupid context, right? They're going to be online trying to figure out, is it real or not? But you got to understand, that's a part of the trick too. The fact that you're going to sit up there and say, is it real or not? And then you're going to have to hashtag the Oscars and everything. Folks, do you understand what that does for the algorithm of the Oscars?
You couldn't make this trend without putting Oscars in it.
Yeah, do you get what I'm saying?
You could just put Will and Chris Rock.
Yeah, so the fact that people think about whether, even the people that call themselves so fucking enlightened, they still took the dope. They're going to be online arguing with other people about, is it real or not, still talking about what the Oscars.
But one last thing I will say before we bow out is they do get other black people to talk shit about other black people, though. Because the white hoes wouldn't have said that about Jada. I'm just being honest. Y'all say, oh, Will wouldn't smack a white hoes. I do think there's a possibility that Will would have smacked a white hoes. He just smacked a white guy some years ago that was disrespecting him. But my thing is, we already know in Hollywood, or even like when we're talking about police departments and restaurants and stuff, now they've been getting like black men and women to talk shit or be racist towards other black people. So like when you see some of these people who are employed and whether it's at a Gucci or whatever, but like Prince said, I wouldn't be buying from Gucci anyway. But they do have these white people who train these black people to humiliate other black people. So yeah,
they call agents.
I'm just saying, I haven't seen Chris Rock really get in on white people in a very long time. I'll even be fair to Jamie Foxx. At least, you know, when he did his film Django Unchained, you know, he went on SNL, roasted white people, and he had a white lash that happened against him because he did that.
Well, they made him apologize for, what's that girl, that freckle girl?
Miley Cyrus.
No, the other one.
What other one?
There's the one with the freckles on her face.
I don't know.
No, you know. Yeah, he said something about her on, I think one time he made a joke about it on Jay Leno, and then he came on there and apologized about it. I remember they booked him to come back on, and he apologized. I was like, okay, whatever. It's interesting, though. I mean, but y'all seen it before with Charlemagne and the Little Mama thing, right? That's what we're talking about. It's a tradition, folks. It's a ritual. Yeah. It's what even going back to Game went after every black nigga, but he said the white boy is off limits. They used to say this about Eminem. Eminem ain't had no real, he ain't no real credible opponent. That's just my personal opinion. It's one of the reasons why, your opponent is what makes your legacy. Jay-Z, Nas, Jay-Z, right? We'll see where it goes with anybody else. You know.
But what do you think too, though, Prince? Though about when these white institutions, and I'm not saying a white man wouldn't say this joke because he cares about black people. No, he wouldn't because he don't want the backlash. I think with what do you think about when white institutions or people in power, they put these black men or women in certain positions to humiliate other black people?
Oh, because it's mutual interest. That coconut nigga wants to come up, and that white slave master wants to see it done. It's that simple. It's really it's for you all online that like to have these very deep debates. It's not really that complex. You have coconut niggas that they're hungry. They're tired of eating canned tuna. They're tired of their 1 unit apartment in New York, and they're paying $3,000 for it. So they want to come up. Everybody wants to come up in America. It's just how they're going to come up. And if they can come up off of you, unfortunately, you have to protect yourself, right? My thing is, though, the real other question is, would they have allowed Will Smith to accept his Oscar, had he slapped the shit after Ricky Gervais?
Maybe it is offer. No, if Will, who I think would have smacked Ricky, he wouldn't have gotten his Oscars. They would have escorted him
out. What I'm saying. That's what we're seeing. But that's my point. I was saying, all you gotta do is just move some shit around.
But also, to be fair to Ricky would have been viciously roasting those white people. He would have been calling them peddlers, and when he roasted them, a lot of them are friends with Jeffrey Epstein. Will Smith wasn't on the Jeffrey Epstein plane, but I'm just saying a lot of those white actors and actresses and people that that ignore their lifestyles.
Well, let's even take out Ricky Gervais. Let's get the fat gerbil out.
No. I'm putting apart how it's interesting with the black with Chris Rock. Mm-hmm. He didn't go far with. This is more than once. He didn't go far with a lot of those white actors.
He might be compromised like Chris Tucker, allegedly. I'm just saying. These niggas' name. You don't know what Chris Rock, but he be having all the mushroom parties and shit. Maybe he had too many mushrooms. I'll just say this. This is what I do find very funny. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. This tells you about black magic. Whether you guys like it or not. Whether you feel Will Smith's a fucking simp. Whether some of y'all feel that Jada Pinkett is the most evil thing walking the planet. How could she do that to her? Who gives a fuck, right? Here's what's interesting. Arguably, their marriage has been scrutinized and put on trial. Yet some of the peddlers in the room get the laugh. There are people in that room more than likely going to go home, go to those party mansions, and commit crimes. That's what I think is funny. That's what I said. I think this is very weird. I love what Sin said at the beginning. I think it's fake. She said she thought it was fake and real at the same time, and actually I concur. I think it is fake and real at the same time. And I do believe if Will Smith had went up there and slapped Billy Crystal, he would not have been able to accept an award, and he probably would have been effectively blackballed for the remainder of his career.
They would have escorted him out like they escorted Kanye from going to performing at the Grammys.
Because look what they're doing to Kanye right now. And they said because of what he said to Trevor Noah, not what he said to D.L. Hughley. And Trevor Noah and D.L. Hughley have two different philosophies. Trevor Noah can say anything, whatever he want, with them Eminem hoodies on in front of Charlamagne on the Breakfast Club. He don't talk the same way as D.L. Hughley. So that tells you who has the plug, who is on the end. So Kanye West goes off on D.L. Hughley. I'll put a hit out on you. Nothing, right? But he says that about Trevor Noah, and they issue a statement. There's an official Instagram statement saying, "Oh, we did it because of what he said about Trevor Noah." Right? So again, that tells you how much value Chris Rock doesn't have, that they allowed him, if it is true that they allowed him to get slapped in front of everybody.
Maybe he's
and
next.
Continue with the show.
Maybe Chris Rock is next.
You ain't worth $5.
He probably like, yo, y'all gonna let this dude do this to me?
That's why he was standing there like, wow, like
you was sucking the dick of sucking their dick at the tip. Yeah. And they treated you like you was nothing, Chris Rock. That is a good point. Because I do think if he would have did that to any of the white hosts, there would have been security.
They would have shot Will Smith that night. If Will Smith would have went up there and slapped Billy Crystal. Because Billy Crystal has still, even recent times, he's hosted the Oscars, right? Or whatever they are, right? But if Billy Crystal had went up there and did that, I mean, if Billy Crystal had said that and Will went up there and slapped him, because I don't know, Will Smith seems to be going through like second Saturn, midlife crisis, death ego, payola money return. I don't know what the fuck he's going through. But if he would have went up there, if somewhere in Will Smith's head he went up there and slapped the shit out of Billy Crystal, Will Smith would have been escorted out there in handcuffs. They showed you, even if Chris Rock participated in shit, the fact that he was the bottom in the situation shows to me how much they value him in Hollywood. That's why at the beginning of the stream, I know you all's focus was Will Smith. My focus was Chris Rock. That was a very weak position to be in. Whether you are a part of the joke or not, it's very weak. So I don't know what's going on with these niggas, but I do believe it's real and fake, just like Sin said earlier. I think it's a psyop. By the way, and I think it's a promotion for Black Panther 2.
But we'll dig more into this on our Patreon, where everybody can check that out. I'll put the link in there, FathrGodSun's Patreon. And also check us out on TCZ Network, or you can also put in TCZ News and you'll find our other YouTube channel.
So that's it? We're done?
B-More, is there anything you want to say to the public before we close out?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at, B-More.
You got any thoughts? Come on, B-More.
B-More, you was moving around.
Come on.
You bumped into my chair, and my head hit the microphone.
Because I needed a nail clipper.
Yeah,
stop my nigga business.
Nah, you over here. You want to talk. Come on, let's go. Talk to us.
Not really. I mean.
She said not really, I mean.
I don't know. I just.
Are you gonna pray for the Smiths?
I am taking notes right now because I probably am going to do something on this.
Okay.
But if y'all on Patreon and y'all got that little printout with that whole Aquarius moon, like, it is what it is.
Yeah, when they say Aquarius moon, you know, some niggas be like Aquarius.
Because Aquarius moon can, like, imply like emotionally standing alone or being like rebellious or like bossy or authoritative. So, you know, when you have stuff like Chris's sun sign is in Aquarius, Will's MC is in Aquarius, Jada's Mars is in Aquarius, like, I'm like, oh, okay. So let me just go on over here and start just taking some notes.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. I tell you what, B-More, we'll hold that off for the Patreon. Also, B-More's Patreon is on the screen right now. There you go. That's her right there. Dummy's cauldron. See her floating in the air. Her head with the big eyes, the big beautiful eyes, and the thick eyebrows and the black lipstick. That is exactly how she looks right now as we're sitting. That's what she looks like. I want you guys to get over there, subscribe to the Patreon. You can get into the classes. Some of you all are looking to invest. You have business moves, but you need to look at your astrological transits. And for all of you ignorant niggas that are laughing, fuck you. The big people listen to that shit, people. The big people listen to that shit. All of the Fortune 500 company niggas do it. Even with Vladimir Putin, he knew when to set them Scud missiles off in that damn backyard. He picked a specific date. This is real shit. Nancy Reagan, after her husband got shot, she's, oh shit, let me go get an astrologer. They shooting at my husband. So they've been doing this for a long time. But what she said is absolutely true. Folks, get over to her Patreon, The Dummy's Cauldron. She hosts her podcast over there as well. And she puts up weekly forecasts for you all to check it out too. By the way, we're going to have something extra. We'll pay attention to our community posts because we'll let you guys know when we're going to go ahead and do our live streams as well, how we normally do on Patreon.
And
also, Sid, do you have anything you want to say?
I would say Chris Rock may be hurt too because, you know, when someone get in a fight and you see who people love.
Yeah.
Everybody went to Will to see if he was okay, but he slapped Chris. That's some funny shit. Like, nobody Will on stage. No one said, man, Chris, are you okay? Tyler Perry, Denzel Washington, Sid, they all went to Will like, bro, you all right?
But Sid, let's be real. And B-More, this is what I told you, right, B-More? It's the power of them Libra niggas.
Oh, wait, I gotta sing you.
That's the power of them Libra niggas.
I don't usually like doing this, but I have to put it this
That's
in.
the power of them Libra niggas. I'm talking about with Cardi B. You know, she don't write none of her rhymes, but she still got a charming quality about her that people fuck with. Will Smith just slapped a whole nother human being on stage.
I don't like...
and all of the prestige niggas ran over to him. Will, you all right?
I don't like TMZ, but they do have the images of the video of Denzel running to Will. Do you want me to send that to you real quick and play it before we play out? It's on Twitter, actually. Yeah. Actually, no, I don't want to promote TMZ. Let me go on the Twitter thing. This is on Twitter. Here we go. I'm gonna send you the Twitter.
Send it to our Twitter email. I mean, our messenger. Just put it in our messenger. Send
put
it
in
to
the messenger right now.
Yeah,
all
yeah.
right.
You send it elsewhere. I can't pull it up.
All right. We're just gonna show y'all this before we close out. But no, that Libra sun does work for him because they all ran. They like white people didn't care about him with the security since it's their event. And then black people didn't care about him at the event because they ran to Will to see if he was okay.
Wait a minute. Shouts out to Cherry. She said it's colorism. You know what, Cherry? You might be on to something.
Okay, Prince, can you? I just sent it to you. Play it.
Thank you, baby. All right. So we're going to go ahead and check this out. But everybody hates Chris. You know, let's see here. You said, what did you?
You see, this is look at the Oscars. They try to get their view count. This is millions of views they're getting right now online, not on their show.
What you do? You retweeted it?
No, I sent it to you.
Where did you
on
send?
Messenger?
Messenger on where? On Twitter?
No, I just reshared it. Never mind. Forget about it because I remember I sent you things on Messenger.
I was telling you I can't pull it up on.
Okay,
that's what I was saying.
Well, I retweeted it just now, so you can get to it.
All right. Oh, I thought that white haired man was Bill Clinton. Oh, my bad. Yeah, let me get the Smurfies off the screen. Transition now. All right, let's see here. Okay, let's see. Oscar.
You can mute that music too. I don't want that to be copywritten.
All right, there we
go. Yeah, we just silently look at it.
Oh, they're over there talking to Will right now.
Yeah. So they were showing, it was
you can tell. You never knows with white people when they see nigga shit happen, they just try to act like they didn't see it. That's one thing I notice about white people. You know, because sometimes black folks, they run towards a black fight. They be like, yo, who's fighting? But it depends if they got any steel on them. But look how they all walking past him. So they talking to Will right now. Chris Rock is not over there. Look at Denzel. He drunk too. He's my nigga. My nigga, have a seat. Have a seat. What'd he say? Denzel funny, because y'all know Denzel low-key an instigator.
King Kong
ain't got shit on me. Shoot. When we said
shoot program, nigga.
Shoot program, nigga. Pelican Bay.
I see what you're doing, Will. I see what you're doing.
All right, so see.
Look there, they talk. Who is that talking to him right there?
Bradley Cooper.
Look at Bradley Cooper. He says, "Dude, we need to make a movie."
That was great.
I didn't know you was this good. Where's Chris Rock? He hugged him too. Libra energy. Look at that. Look at this. Libra energy. He just got the hug too.
Wait. Can you actually look at the Twitter feed of this? Because this shit is kind of funny. Of the people, Ryan was fucking laughing when Will smacks. Can we?
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that. This is the rest of the video, right? Is
yeah, that's just gonna. He's just talking to Bradley Cooper, and then that's gonna be it.
Look at that. Look at this shit. All right, there. Look at this. All right, I'm on the Twitter feed right now. Man, let's pull that up. Will and Chris sound like a new comedy. Will and Grace, Will and Chris.
Also, Trish, that's funny. What did the 5 fingers say to their face?
Slap, 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 slap. The greatest of all time, nigga. What did the 5-finger hand slash to the face?
Let's see. What else they got going on? Yeah, my parents and I watching Will and Chris. This is the first time that Oscars are in black Twitter space for the quote unquote right reasons.
Shouldn't have been talking shit.
Put the Cat Williams on. My nigga, a nigga who's still funny.
Should have been talking shit.
Cat Williams is a funny nigga, man. That stand-up was legendary.
That's what I said. I'm saying, what's Chris Rock doing putting themselves in these... Look at this. Everybody hates Chris... Oh, Ritual. Look at this shit.
Look at the Ritual, yeah.
Look at this Ritual. Look at this shit, y'all. This shit is crazy.
It's entertaining, though. I give him that.
Look at this. Look at this, y'all. Look.
Make him tap out then, Will. Come on, Will. Deezy, thanks for the 18 roses.
In order for a black man to get his respect in the industry, he has to sacrifice another black man.
Talk about it.
I'm just saying, y'all. And look at this Ritual. Look at the psyop. Look at the psyop. They brought a meme to life. Y'all. Yeah, man. That was
and
it.
I think.
Okay, so
we're gonna have it on our Patreon, Thought Crimes Patreon. It is. I think I see what's going on here.
Yeah, we see it. We see it, Shawty. Look at this shit. Nigga, he walked right on stage and got to have his seat. That better tell you something about Chris Rock, boy. Chris Rock, you better check your life insurance policy, nigga. Mm-hmm. What the fuck they got planned for your ass?
Cause nobody came to talk to you.
Nobody came to you, nigga. Shit. Look at this. All right, they said Will and Chris at the Oscars is wild, but the man just committed assault because of a joke and then started crying. And his slap didn't even faze Chris. I think Chris was startled. Meanwhile, Chris acted professional throughout and okay, so for 10 years in jokes. But tonight, we just saying there's a ritual. Okay, they said this is that's Nicole Kidman. You know that white woman don't know nothing. She think.
My thing is, these people acting shocked though. Like, come on, they've been to parties where they've seen each other's genitals. I mean, like, come on, someone getting slapped, is that really shocking?
Oh wait,
you're in a room full of actors.
I'm just saying, folks.
You know,
it's a room full of actors. Like, you don't know what's going on here, but it is a psyop. It's a psyop, black folk. So we're gonna get up out of here, people. We are done. Get over to our Patreon, subscribe to Dummy's Cauldron for all of your astrological readings. She does private readings as well. You can reach out to her. You can email. Hey, B More, what's your email again?
TheDummiesCauldron@gmail.com.
Oh, thanks, B More.
Thank you, B More.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Will the real B More please stand up?
Thank you, everyone. I'll take this Oscar like Will Smith. No, go ahead. Was that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, y'all. But I'll keep on paying attention to.
Wait, go back into that video game with the face.
Which one?
That one where he was like.
That was
punching.
way up. Oh, you getting a delay?
Oh, I'm getting a delay. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
that was funny.
Let's see here.
No. We don't have to do it. Yeah, But anyway, everyone.
We're gonna check up out of here, folks.
Yeah.
All right. No, Sin, go ahead.
We love and appreciate y'all. Subscribe to Thought Crimes. Subscribe to TCZ as well, and also make sure you go to the Dummies Cauldron Patreon, Dark Crimes Patreon, and also What Up Boomin'. Go to his YouTube channel, Nerd Soul YouTube channel.
Yes.
And if I forgot your name, I'm sorry, but we'll have a stream next time. We'll make sure we'll shout y'all out.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.
Under Siege could never find meaning in this denuded form of thinking and living, where all that you're up to is making rational decisions one after another. That's not a rich enough notion of experience or human life. So what we have is, on the one hand, this sort of Enlightenment instrumental reason that is for sure necessary for the sciences and so on. And on the other, the ways in which people today try to get meaning are just incredibly bizarre.
ABU, SA, the system, it be so weak. Capital, globally, chrome these, they be mad bleak. 100 rounds, 100 arms, comrade meet me in the streets. You know the vibe, you know the sound. Co-op, all them in the streets. Peace, God, setting my eyes on the moon. Wisdom big at me, I'm true. True and living, spatial, golden, just like the ratio. Rocket journal from J-Store, straight free, who's still paying though. 2.0 is just slavery. Forget them dreams, they'll watch it flow like some Drano. Down it goes all the way, all the way. Black, white, Latin, Asian, baby, break them chains, hello. Anti-imperialist, subversion, status quo, murdered it. Like it a lie, and that's on sight. Black God got like 2 on them. What you mean, try to blow a noose on them? Relax, Commodores get smacked though. From the door, what's the Wi-Fi? Battering ram like a DDR5. Land of the lost, yeah, live for the night. Boy, never tell no lie, no lie. Capitalism on sight, on sight. SE, the system, it be so weak. Capital, globally, cronies, they be mad bleak. 100 rounds, 100 arms, comrade, meet me in the street. You know the vibe, you know the sound. Co-op, all them in the streets. Why?
Hammers out, sickle up, doing fist up, study what? Dumping with my lumping, study building, showing, proving, huh?
Hammers out, sickles up, throwing fist up, study what? Dumping with my lumping, just be building, showing, proving, huh?
The existential threat of global capital is tearing the social fabric of human futures and their complex communications. Here at Paid Reprogramming, Gilly S. Gilly and street philosopher, activist, and hip-hop graffiti artist, Chief Rocker Ruga, will discuss the ever-growing events and contemporary societal ideologies diffused through time and space. With most production and soundscapes provided by 90 Culture, as well as located at 90 Culture Studios. Humans all over the world must fight together for the egalitarian future they need in this ever-growing disconnected world.
Programming.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Perhaps you shouldn't turn your back on me.
Is that a challenge?
You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
White folks are nosy. They have specials. Nosy specials. Why does a bee make honey? You ain't a bee. Why do you give a fuck?
Where's the kaboom? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
If he dies, he dies.